Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back. Been a while to Gemini Twin Ascension. To the whole 10 people that I have following me right now. But if you're new, coming to me from my TikTok, then welcome. To those that are already following me, I do have a TikTok now. It's the Gemini Twin. At the Gemini Twin. No special characters. It's just straight, no spaces. The Gemini Twin. I've been putting a little bit of content on there here and there, but um, it's been a month. It's been, oh my God, it's um, as you can see right here, Manchester University mom. We actually just dropped my 18-year-old off at his dorms Saturday. He's going there to become an athletic trainer. Couldn't be more proud of him. Um, right now, one main purpose of this right now is honestly to distract myself from overthinking and worrying because I can't be there. My son and his girlfriend are currently at the hospital. She is in labor. We are awaiting the arrival of my grandson. Yay. And yeah, I'm fidgeting with my hair because I'm hot. I turned the air conditioner off because it's really loud, and for some reason my headset is not wanting to work when the air conditioner's on. You can't really pick my voice up. So I'm really hoping right now that you can hear me. But like I said, the past month has been roller coaster. July 30th, the Carmick was getting ready to leave work, and they handed him his papers, laid him off, permanent. But they said might as well consider it a permanent layoff. um, just lost that train of thought. What gets me about it, you know, they said this was a seniority layoff. They went by, seniority on who they picked to lay it off. But he was one of the only two on the night shift that had their certifications to be a boss to where they could sign the federal document saying this is what if something went wrong, this is what happened. He was only one of two on night shift that could do that. There was several people that had hired in after he did. Matter of fact, the one in particular that comes to mind right now, this I try not to speak bad about people, but this moron, the night that they laid my husband off, flipped a front end loader over into a ditch. He had been hired in after the Carmack, but yet they did the layoff according to seniority. Yeah, seniority, my ass. And it just seems kind of suspicious because earlier in the week, the Carmack had contacted them about putting my oldest son back on our insurance because he's going to school right now and he's not eligible for insurance where he's working until he finishes school. So we were wanting to put him back on our insurance, and then just all of a sudden, bam, Carmack gets laid off. So he was home for 2 weeks until he started a new job, which it was a massive pay cut. Um, but it's a job he's done before, and they had already informed him that as soon as he gets his footing, starts remembering the job, that he's going to end up being the night shift supervisor because he's one of the few people that works there that has worked there before. Granted, when he worked there before, it was a different company, but the guys that he's working with, they already know that they worked with him before. They know he knows the job, yada yada yada. But it's just he's been showing his colors, you know, off and on here lately. Like I said, I have posted a little bit of TikTok on TikTok about it. The one that comes to mind was Saturday. Um, we had dropped my son off at college, and we were going to go to a metaphysical shop that was about 45 minutes from where my son's going to school. And I wanted to get a little bit of sleep because I'd had maybe 2 hours sleep the night before. Hello, football season. I was at a football game Friday night, couldn't really sleep. I'd had about 2 hours sleep, so I wanted to get a little bit of sleep. So I wanted to shut the GPS off on my phone, and I was going to put some music on through my headphones because I really didn't like the music he was listening to. And so we were going to put the GPS in on his phone because he had already had his phone Bluetooth into the truck. Well, he said, well, what's the address? I said, I can't remember the address. He said, just let me see your phone, and I know the name of the place. I'll type it in. And he threw a fucking fit over me grabbing a hold of his phone. You don't ever let me touch your fucking phone. Hello, you're driving right now. You don't need to be texting and driving. It's going to take me all of 2 seconds. You're sitting there watching what I'm doing. What's the big fucking deal? So that's a little bit of a red flag right there. Yes, I don't let him touch my phone, but that's not just protecting me; it's protecting my twin as well. Um, because he's just this type of person that if he got a hold of the information for my twin, that he would contact him and all hell would break loose. And I'm not putting him at risk. So I do kind of keep my phone close to me. It's passcode protected. It's fingerprint, you know, locked. And he does. There's no way he can guess the passcode because it's not a number that is associated to with anything between us. But yes, I do keep mine pretty well protected. But it's not just protecting me. Um, there's just little bitty things like he come Friday night when he they let him leave work early because they knew we were getting up early Saturday morning to leave to take my son. So he come home around midnight, and I was planning on going to sleep already, and I was dead tired. He wants to go to the bar. No, we don't need to go to the bar. I want to go to sleep. We've got to get up early in the morning. He starts, pitching a fit, and finally he says, "Fine, fuck it, we'll just stay home." Yeah, it's called being responsible. We've got shit we have to do tomorrow. We don't need to be going out, drinking and doing whatever. We had to make sure we had the gas money to get, it was a 4 hour drive to where my son's going to college. So we had to make sure we had the gas money and everything. And I was, trying to be the responsible parent. And he just decided he wanted to bitch and whine. And I was like, just, whatever. And then, we've met a few friends at the bar because, yes, we've been going there off and on. And that leads into the whole I swear I think I've got a neon light worker sign above my head because every time I go to the bar I have random people coming up talking to me about things that they normally would not tell a perfect stranger. And I joked with the karmic and I told him about it, but we did end up making friends with a couple of people that were there. But this girl, bless her heart, informed me that her young child had been molested, but nobody wanted to do anything about it. And we did kind of form a friendship with her. And I've told her, drinking is not going to help this. This is not the way to deal with it. But she's young. She's 24, 25, something like that. She's very young. But I told her, drinking doesn't solve, and the first night we met her, we exchanged phone numbers just because she felt like I was somebody that she could really talk to. But in the month since we've known her, she's contacted me twice, and it was basically calling to see if we wanted to go out to the bar. But now she has the karmic on Facebook. She has his cell phone number too, and she talks to him more than she's ever talked to me. So it's just kind of, and I was doing some automatic writing a couple weeks, I think it was last week. I could probably pull the book out, but I'm not going to. But, I get this warning, be careful, watch out for her. And so I've been kind of watching things, and it's just, there's just a lot of different things right now that are pointing to, hey, hello, pay attention. It's time for you to do something about all of this. And quite honestly, yes, I know I've been talking about this for over a year because it has been a year since he attacked me the last big blow up fight we had where he took my phone, slung me across the hallway in the front door where I ended up in the floor right here in the bedroom doorway. But of course, he swears up and down, I didn't push you, you fell. Yeah, but I ended up falling like 6 feet back into a different room. Yeah, no, there was some force behind that. He had tried to snap my phone in half, and that's yet another reason why I don't let him touch my phone anymore. Because when he gets angry, he has a tendency of tearing shit up. He's broken a couple of his own phones that way. He threw one of his at a wall in the living room at one point, and luckily it didn't break it completely. He could still use it, but it cracked the screen, and I don't like him touching my phone for that very reason. But it's not an iPhone, it's not a Samsung, it's actually a Motorola, but it costs $250, and we don't have the money to replace that if he decides he wants to go spastic and tear something up again. So I don't let him touch stuff like that. But it's been a little over a year since that incident where he tried to disable my car. If it hadn't been for a neighbor, he kept pushing me away from the driver door of my car, so he could get to my car to pop the hood. And I know what he was going to do because he's threatened to do it before. He was going to pull a spark plug to where the car wouldn't start. But we've had minor little blow up fights here and there since then, but it's not nothing physical like that was. But I know I've been saying for the past year that I need to get out and I need to do something better for my boys. And now that there's only two of them left at home, I feel like I could better take care of those two on my own. So I am going to start actively seeking to find a way to take care of them without the karmic. Which brings me to I don't remember if I said this on the last live, but um, we had a fight a while back. It was the beginning of July, I believe it was. And I told him, I can't do this stuff anymore. It's eating me up. And he made a comment though, if he can't have me in his life, then he's going to disappear completely and fuck his sons, fuck his kids. Basically, is what it boiled down to. If I can't have you, I don't want any of it. And he tries this guilt trip manipulation stuff of, I can't be around you and not have you. And if we split up, one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to go the angry route where anything and everything I'm going to be exploding on, or I'm going to go into a depression mode. And he says the boys don't need to see that, which I called him out on it. I flat did. I told him, I said, that is manipulation right there. I said, and I'm not going to let you manipulate me into feeling bad for wanting what's best for me and what's best for our kids. I said, they don't need to keep witnessing this because it's unhealthy. Um, and my twins even said it before too. He said that's toxic. And he's asked me, he said, well, can you fix it? I said, I've tried multiple times. And this is why I love him. I really do. And he says, well, try a little harder. He said, you're going to have me either way, which right now with all this, the COVID stuff, he is really frightened of it. He really is. Me personally, yes, I know that there have been deaths with it, but I honestly believe that the numbers have been blown out of proportion. That you know, it's almost like the common cold, which brings me to my 18-year-old a couple weeks ago was exposed to it because well, I'm not going to go into detail on why he was exposed, but he tested negative, thank God. But it did cause him to have to push his move-in date back a few days just because he had to finish out his quarantine stuff. And I had the Indiana Department of Health texting me every day for, these surveys, if you had any symptoms, blah, 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 because I was just, he got exposed through school. That's all I'm going to say about that part. But I was his point of contact as far as the school had for information. So when they found out he had been exposed, that's what they gave the Department of Health. They gave him my cell phone number as a means to contact him. And I would answer the survey, no symptoms, no symptoms. He's had the test. We were waiting results. And yes, smoker. Yeah. Um, but there was one day that I did not answer the survey, and I remember getting it, but I forgot to go back into my phone and answer it that day. Well, they called back later on that evening, and not one single time throughout our conversation, because they were asking, symptoms, blah blah blah, fever, the list of the symptoms and everything. Not one single time during that phone call did they ask any, identifying questions to make sure that they were talking to the person that was exposed to COVID. I sat there and I talked to them the whole time. They didn't ask any verifying questions at all to make sure that they were speaking to the right person. They could have had the completely wrong phone number and just be talking to, whoever. Granted, they did not give out a name when they called. They just said, this Indiana Department of Health, we've got it as a point of contact because you've been exposed, but they never once asked to verify that they were speaking to my son. And I just that kind of right there irritated me a little bit. Um, is there anything else right now that we need to get? Yeah, I've been sitting here blabbering on for 15 minutes now, but like I said, I'm trying to, keep my mind occupied to where I'm not as worried. I mean, I know she's healthy. She's going to be fine now, but she's a little bitty girl as it is. But anytime somebody's giving birth, you're going to be worried. You're going to be concerned for them. So, and I keep checking my phone because my son keeps, he'll text me every once in a while to keep me updated. So if you hear that go off, that's what it is. He's trying to keep mama updated because due to COVID, we can't be down there with them. They're not even allowed. Once she's had him, we're not even allowed to visit her in the hospital. We have to wait till they come home before we even get to meet him. So we're waiting for updates, and I do have a few new decks. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. Did I? Yeah, I did. I don't know if any of my normal girls are going to be here tonight or not. Ophelia may be working. I don't know what's going on. I have seen somebody pop on and off a couple times, so who knows who it is. So if you pop on, just say hi. I did finally get, which I've been wanting this for a while. I need to do a count and find out exactly how many decks I have now because, yeah, it's getting quite extensive. I finally got my Moonology deck, which I've been wanting for a while. Ophelia has it. A couple of the other girls, my Vibe Tribe, they have it. We have the Energy Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. Um, this one, this one just seemed to call out to me when I was in our local metaphysical shop, and I can't really explain why. I haven't really used it a whole lot since I got it. Of course, I haven't really used hardly any of my cards since for the past month or so. I've had them out a little bit here and there, but I haven't really used them a whole lot because it's been a month for sure. But this one is Lucy Cavendish's Blessed Be Oracle, and just the artwork in this one, I really love this one. Was there any others that I do have my Starseed Oracle, but I think I had that last month. The one that I have now, and I'm probably not going to really use this one on this video because they are really hard to see unless you put something behind them. But I saw another reader use these. Oh, it's been months and months ago. Conscious Evolution Journey, I believe is the name of her channel. I can't remember right offhand, but it's called the Transparent Tarot. Um, and the reason why I say they're really hard to see is because they really are. They are transparent. I mean, they have the art. Let's see. They have the artwork on them. I'll pull the little white satin that came with it. They do have the artwork on them. Let's see, but as far as holding them up here to show you, it would be really hard to do. But they are a really cool deck. I think by far this may be, with the exception of my Moon deck, which come in a wooden box. I think these are two of the most expensive decks I have. Because I did find these at Barnes and Noble, and I believe they were like $60. Karmic was it's like $60. And that's another thing about he's the whole love bombing, buying shit again, and doing things without complaining about doing them, which for him is a genuine red flag for me that he's feeling guilty about something he's doing. So he'll be like, "Oh, he cooked breakfast yesterday morning for us, and bless his heart, he forgot that our 18-year-old wasn't here anymore, and he cooked way too much. But he, well, do you want me to go get you a drink and drink? Do you need cigarettes? Things, things that normally he will complain if I ask him to do, but right now he's doing them just no hesitation. So it's a red flag for me that he's feeling guilty about something he's doing, which I know for a fact that he has been on kick again, which, you know, I hear, well, that's a little hypocritical, don't you think? You're talking. Yeah, I know. It could be, but I know, and if I was to raise this to him, no, I haven't. Yes, you have, because when he dropped his phone in the toilet a couple weeks ago, he had to get a new phone. Well, he couldn't remember his Google account login to get all of his apps back from before, so he created an all new account. So any apps that are showing up in his phone, whether they're installed or in his library, any apps that are showing up in there right now have recently either been installed on this new phone. So I know that he's been doing that, which for him it really is a problem for him. He has an addiction. He really does. Because it's not just, oh, there's just one specific person I really connect with, I like talking to. No, it's he will talk to anybody, do whatever with anybody. It's He has a problem, and he has admitted that to me before. It's He says it's a control thing, but I don't want to control you, so I can get these other girls to do whatever I want. Yeah, that's an issue. That's a narcissistic, you know you may not control me in those aspects, but there are other ways that you do try to control me. And it's just it's frustrating because I sit there, and at one point, yes, I would get mad at him, but then I'd take a step back. Well, wait a minute. Well, what are you doing? You talk to your twin. But the thing about it is, there is a genuine connection with my twin. My twin knows it. I know it. It's not like I'm going out looking for, whoever, whatever. It's There is genuine love there for him. With the karmic, it's just whoever can make my dick hard, basically, is what it is. And it's getting to the point, and I had an epiphany, and I feel bad. I feel like I've cheated on my twin. I really do. But there is absolutely no connection with the karmic at all anymore. I don't feel anything when he touches me. It's just I have to when he tries that, I have to go to a completely different place mentally and check out, because it's not there. There's I don't feel anything when he touches me anymore. And God, if I would tell him that, shit would hit the fucking fan. I'll tell you that right now. But let's see, which deck should we start with? Because I am, like I said, this does say energy check-in, so I am going to do a little bit. If I can get my decks out, I can't really. We'll do the typical layout like I usually do. Messages from the masculine, messages from the feminine, and the messages for both from spirit. And we will start with the gods and titans and goddesses and sirens decks. Simply because that's just the format I'm comfortable with. That's what usually works for me. And then we use, which one did we use? Oh yes, Angels and Ancestors is the one that'll be from Spirit for both twins. And then whatever, cute, what time, what tongue like that. Whatever other decks decide to come out during the, oh yes, I know, dear. And the bottom one. I've been getting a very strong feeling about that one. Okay. Those are the masculines. Here's and it took me for those that the new people that are new watching this, it took me a while to actually get both of these decks. It was just one of those things. I really felt pushed that these were decks that I needed for this. So I had the Gods and Titans deck first because my local metaphysical shop had that one in stock. But okay, but the gods and the goddesses and sirens decks, um, I had to actually order online because our local metaphysical shop just never seemed to have it in stock. Which I am all about shopping local. I would much prefer to go, down to my, I can't say it's really local. It's about a 30-45 minute drive from here, but about the only one that's around here, my local metaphysical shop, to get, what I need as opposed to ordering it online now. I'm not, and I really do prefer if I'm buying crystals to be able to, touch them, feel them. But there's just sometimes that crystals that I want or I'm guided, I hear you need this one, um, that our local shop just doesn't seem to carry. But when we went up to the metaphysical shop up north Saturday, um, I had never heard of this crystal, but I ended up buying three different crystals, but two of them I already have. I just wanted different. I was just really drawn to the energy of these specific crystals. But the one that I bought that I had never um, heard of, it's called actinolite. Um, I keep saying it seems like I keep saying a lot tonight. I'll backtrack a little bit. I was on a live on TikTok the other night, and one of the topics of conversation on the live was dream recall. And you guys know I am a big advocate for writing things out. Setting intentions before you go to sleep. I will remember my dream, keeping a dream journal. So as soon as you wake up, which quite honestly I'm bad about doing because it just, yeah, I know, shut up. That's an excuse because the karmic is here. And I just really don't like, it's hard for me to focus to write things out when the karmic is here. And it's just really, yeah, I know, shut up. Um, but this crystal right here, I actually have it beside the bed right now. Now, this isn't pure actinolite. This is actinolite and talc, and you've got to be careful with it because it is it can flake, and inhaling it can be bad. But it's like a greenish black color, and it is really pretty. And the energy off of this particular one for me was just, it was amazing. I'm like, I've never heard of this crystal, but I need it, and it wasn't that it wasn't that expensive. Oh shoot! So I got it, and after we left the shop, I was on my phone on the way home. I was looking it up, and some of the properties for it are dream recall. It assists in dream recall and analysis, and it is also a very powerful protection stone as well, like tourmaline and things like that. So it was just a very synchronistic thing for me to come across that one after talking and uh, on the live with the Boho Raven was what live I was on TikTok. She's a lot, her energy. I mean, she's a no fucks given type girl. She'll tell it like it is. Um, she doesn't care to cut. It's just I really connected with her, and come to find out, she's a Gemini. Her ex husband was a Taurus. It's just yeah. It's another one of those really funny connections. Like whenever I first connected with the Emerald Gem, which the Emerald Gem and I do share a birthday, although we're 12 years apart. But that just 12 years apart means we share the same birthday, same zodiac, as well as the same Chinese zodiac. And her, well, I'm not going to say her, the karmic in her situation was a Taurus as well. So, yeah. You find connections when you're actually not really actively looking. it's like, oh, you need this person in your life, and it's like, there's another girl on TikTok. What is it's 1111? Oh, I can't remember her name over offhand. She's just sweet. She really does have a sweet energy to her, but she does heart space drawings where she will, she'll take a canvas and she'll close her eyes and she'll start drawing. And some of the drawings that she comes up with are it blows my mind. I'd love to be able to do that, but that'll come someday, maybe. Um, but yeah, TikTok again, like I said, it's just one of those things. I got bored one day. My daughter had been talking about it. It's like, oh, we'll go check it out. And I've actually met some really, really cool people on there. And um, it seems like I learn, you know, more about what's going on in the world there than, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. It seems like I keep looking at all my tarot decks. I keep hearing no, 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 not yet, not yet. So if one of them decides to pop out, or when they say here, use this one, I will. If not, then this will be a straight oracle card reading because as of right now, that's what's coming out. Oracle cards everywhere. Of course, that's 90. Well, I don't want to say 90%, but um, the majority of my decks, that's what they are. Okay. Okay. Do we want? And like I said, there are some of my newer decks. I will have to, kind of delve into the books a little bit. Well, the Blessed Be deck because I am using that one tonight because he just said, here, use this one. Yes, sir. You say so. Let the moon be your guide. Oh, thank you for reminding me. The full moon is coming up. Oh, yay. That's kind of synchronistic. My oldest son was born under a full moon, and now my first grandson is going to be born under a full moon. Yay! But it's kind of funny because my oldest son was born on Friday the 13th under a full moon, and everybody used to joke that I should have named him Jason. Nope. No, thank you. I'm happy with the name I gave him, and so is he. Okay. What do we have? You'll understand why I'm laughing at that one right now. Uh, okay. Okay. So we will start. Let's see what time. I gotta remember 32:16 to timestamp because I know a lot of people don't like listening to me ramble on. But those of you that have watched enough of my lives, I am, or any of my videos, I am experience based. I talk about what's going on with me, and a lot of times it's a collective energy that will show in the cards as well. Not always, but a lot of the times it will. So we will get into this. My throat chakra is really, somebody's wanting to speak. Okay. So, and these right here, when they popped out a while ago, I was like, yeah, that kind of um, was a feeling I was getting for my own masculine. We have chaos, we have Set, chaos, Shiva, destroyer, and then the green man, abundance. We The masculine's world right now is utter chaos, which, like I said, I already know my own masculine. He's going through dealing with a lot of shit right now. He is a very, he's a manager for a couple of different plants for the company he works for. He travels a lot. He has to deal with, um, the COVID stuff, and among other things. But I get that the destroyer part is the karmic trying to sabotage um, his progress, his his abundance. She is taking advantage of the money that they do have. They are having come in because she has gotten so used to a specific lifestyle that she doesn't want to let go of it. So she is really trying to sabotage, him, manipulating him to where he. I don't want to really say afraid, but yes, afraid to move forward because if he tries to move away from her, she's going to take things away from him that matter to him. My own twin is his kids. He's mentioned this to me before that he is scared to death that if they divorce, that she's gonna take his boys away from his boys away from him. So that's why a lot of people are saying, well, you need to, push him to make. No, I'm not going to push him to make a choice because when it comes down to it, that would be essentially telling him, you need to choose between your boys and me. Gemini and me, I see both sides of the story. I will not do that to him. I would not expect him to do that to me, and I will not do that to him. I love him. I want him to have his boys with him. And if that means being patient and waiting for things to work out the way they need to where he can, still be in his boys' lives, I will be as patient as I can be because I love him. I want him happy. And I know if he lost his boys, he would not be happy. He loves those boys. I have seen it in his eyes when one of his boys got really sick, had a high fever. They ended up having to take him to the emergency room, and he was traveling for work. He wasn't there, so she was the one having to take him, and he was so scared. Oh, I could feel it. He was so scared. You know, it ended up being some type of infection. It wasn't really anything major, but I could feel his worry for his boys. My son is sick. He needs me, and I'm hours away. So I am not going to do that to him. I'm not going to make him choose between us until he gets things settled to where we can be together as a whole family, my kids, his kids, everything. I will be patient. I will be there for him as best I can in whatever way that I can because that's what it means to be um, to unconditionally love somebody. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, that's him having his cake and eating it too. He has you, but he has her. He has right now. To me, I don't. Do I want him out of myself? You bet your ass I do. But that's not what's in his best interest right now, and I will not push. I will wait until the time is right, the divine timing. I know we will be together. I know what's meant for us. I feel it. I've seen it. He feels it. He knows because he's always saying, well, one day, we've talked about, waking up together or just being able to go out and do whatever we want, whenever we want, not having to worry about, the consequences from other people. And he's, someday, one day we will have that. So I will be patient. I've waited 40 years for, well, I was 37 when I met him. 37 years to find him. I can wait a little bit longer. It's I'm fine with that. But we have what else do we have? From the masculine to the feminine. Are you? We'll see. I trust you. But we have action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Sitting here talking about perfect time. I will wait for perfect timing, and he's saying he's working on it. They want that. They want to be with their feminine. They've just got to find a way. It's almost that the floor is lava type thing. They've got to navigate this fire, almost a fire pit, to figure out how to move forward to where they really want to be. They know they need to do it. They're just working on how to do it. And then okay, let's see this one. We have act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you so you always consider them. And this kind of goes into what I was talking about a while ago about how I feel like I've cheated on him when I allow the karmic to touch me. You know, if he was here with me, I would not, I wouldn't allow that. So it's almost like the the masculines are saying they are trying to act that way as well. They're trying to, stay faithful to us, but it's not an easy thing, especially when you're in karmic relationships like my twin and I both are, without causing problems, without raising suspicions, because there for 6 months, 6, 8 months last year after that fight, I wouldn't let the karmic touch me. I didn't want anything to do with him. And of course, he said, "Well, you're not getting it from me. You must be getting it from somewhere." No, actually, at the time, I wasn't. I just didn't want you. So that's where the masculines are at as well, especially the ones that are in karmic relationships. They're trying to remain faithful to their feminine without raising the red flags to their own karmics that something is not right. Which I honestly, I've been getting this very strong feeling that she has been cheating on him. And I almost wonder if that chaos and destroyer part is a reflection of that. He's finding out things that he's been pushing to the back of his mind, not wanting to believe that they're like right here in his face now. You can't deny it anymore. And he's told me before that she's cheated on him. But we have, and this was what I thought was kind of funny a while ago, because I was just mentioning the full moon, and when I got grabbed the Moonology deck, the first card to come out, balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. That's what the full moon is this month. Um, you have to find a balance. Yes, know who you are, your spiritual side. Do what, oh cramp, do what you need to, to raise your vibrations, but do not neglect your physical needs trying to get up to that higher vibration. Do not forget to eat, to take care of yourself. Self-care is important. um, do what you feel guided to do, but do not neglect this your body just to take care of your spirit, because we need these bodies. If we're going to be able to come into physical union with our twins, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to be healthy. So you have to balance both aspects of it, and that's what that card is asking. Balance spirituality and practicality. And then we have, and I feel this one is a warning from the masculine. It says blessing to shield and safeguard you, which is the masculine saying this to the feminine. He is wanting the feminine to, shield and safeguard herself, because he feels 45. He feels that she could potentially be in danger, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from a karmic in my situation. Yes, it very well could be, but it's a warning. Please be safe, take care of yourself, and balance spirituality and practicality. Be smart about what you're doing. So we have from the book, because this one's a new one. We have a traditional. Nah, don't tie my tongue up like this, please, baby. A traditional protective blessing from Carmina. Yeah, this is Celtic stuff, and I cannot pronounce this for crap. A collection of traditional Celtic blessings to entwine the forces of ancient guardians with the needs of your day, bringing back to life the sacred way so that your day returns to magic and takes on the shape of the divine. Shield and safeguard us. Valiant Nuada, yeah, butchered that one, of the White Sword, who subdued the Furbolg of Blood. Anybody that's watching this that is Celtic, I apologize. I am butchering this, and I know it. For the love of the tribe, for the pains of Danu's children, hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Danu beloved, mother of the shining ones, shield, O shield us, lady of nobleness. And Bridget, okay, this is it's basically just a blessing, to for protection. Um, I really ought to type that out for some of y'all. I may do that in the description later, but I feel like that card was brought out as a warning to be careful because they're sensing some danger that we may not see coming. Okay, the feminine from the feminine to the masculine, and these right when I do these, a lot of times, especially with the goddesses and sirens, they're kind of, how do I put this? They're geared from one to the other, but they're also geared towards that specific person. But we have home, Vesta, home, and it's basically saying the feminine is ready for her masculine to come home. She misses him. She feels his heart reaching out for her. She is ready for him to come home. And then we also have Sirens, temptation, and Katesh, pleasure, um, that's kind of warning both twins to watch out for the temptations, the tests that are going to be coming up. Um, you say you want your twin. That's the only person you want that's going to be tested. You're going to have other people, put in front of you to test your faithfulness, your determination to be with your twin. And they're asking for, don't be careful. Don't fall into the traps that are, the karmics could possibly be laying for you. Um, and then we have consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. And so, this is what you want. Show it. Prove it. Pruébalo. Yeah, I heard that there. Prove it. That's basically what that means. And then we have polarity. And this is something I've been working on a lot, which kind of touches on, what I was talking about a while ago, feeling like I'm a hypocrite because the things the karmic are doing, I don't, you know, I used to have a problem with him doing them. And now it's just like, if it keeps you away from me, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't, go ahead. Um, but polarity, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. And that right there reminds me of something the karmic said a few weeks back because he decided, we went to the bar and then we went back to a friend's house and she lives right beside a graveyard and he decided it was a good idea for all of us to go walking through this graveyard in the middle of the night. I was drawn to a section of the graveyard, the cemetery, that there was quite a few infants in that. What was that? Thank you, baby boy. I was hoping that in just a second. I didn't forget. I haven't forgotten. Um, but I was drawn to a particular spot in the graveyard that had a lot of infants in it, and the the grief that you could feel from the mothers, and then the confusion from these little babies that didn't know what was going on. It was heartbreaking. But the karmic tried to tell these people, well, she's the light and I'm the dark, and I'm like, yeah, you may be dark, but you're not the dark to my light. No, he's trying to, make everybody think that we're this couple that does, yeah. But who I just saw was on 2 days before my husband, before the karmic got laid off. My oldest, or my old, the oldest cat we have in the house, It was my 14-year-old's cat passed away, and it was rough. We spent money that we didn't have because my 14-year-old requested that we have him cremated, which we did. And we still see him in the house, and that's what I just saw. He was running around over there in front of the air conditioner. He's done that multiple times. Like, we used to keep his cat because before he passed away, we were feeding him senior care cat food because regular cat food he was not doing well with. So we kept his cat food up on my closet shelf over here. And a lot of times, if I wasn't feeding him in time, he would jump up there and try to knock the canister down. Well, I had a couple days after he passed away, I had a basket of clothes I had folded, but I had yet to put into the dressers over there, right around where he would usually jump. And that basket sat there for 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Um, didn't move. And then all of a sudden, one morning, I wake up and just sitting here, and that basket just falls on the floor. Just falls down. Uh, so I know it was him jumping up to get on that shelf. And then my son has seen him sitting at the foot of his bed in his room. I walked into the bathroom the other. This was just a couple days ago. This was right before my 18-year-old left for college. I walked back to go to the bathroom and I see this flash of white running from out from underneath the litter box. And I thought, well, okay, it was our my 11-year-old's cat Rico. I was like, oh, it was probably him, but there was too much white on this cat. And I walk on into the kitchen, and Rico was laying up on top of the cabinet sound asleep. So we know it wasn't him. So and we have, which mine is right here. I have a necklace. It's an infinity symbol, which my 14-year-old picked for me. It's kind of fitting. That actually has a small little bit of our cat's ashes in it. And then my son has one as well that looks like a dog tag that says my best friend on it. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry for the off track. And now we have from the feminine to the masculine. It says full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Um, and my own masculine, he's really bad about trying to do what's expected of him instead of what feels good to him, what his heart wants him to do. He is really big on self-image, which ego based, yes, I know. And we're working on that when we can. I mean, I'm not, like I've said before, I won't push. When he feels comfortable to talk, he will, because I know his family dynamic. He was not raised the same way I was, to show love, to show compassion and things like that. And it's another part of the twin flame thing. He was born in Spain, which I don't know if I I think I did. I figured out where he was born because of a dream. But anyway, what was that? Oh, his ego. He is very. He needs to pull his mask away. The feminines are asking the masculines to pull their masks away. Thank you. Um, and be who they really are. Stop, presenting this false facade to people. Be who you really are. Do what is right for you. And then we have, and this is kind of, we have home that started out the feminines, and then we have a blessing on a homecoming. Um, you know, we're ready for it. We want them to come home where they're supposed to be. Ven a casa por favor ahora. We and I say that all the time. It means come home now, please. I love you. I miss you. And you know, with the whole COVID thing, that's just one of those things that we can't really. It scares him, and we've had a discussion about it. And I told him, I think the numbers are overblown, and he says, well, I was, these were his exact words. He said, I respect, respect your opinion, but I disagree. And we actually had a conversation about it. And a couple of days later, the more I got to thinking about it, and I sent him a message on it. I said, I wanted to thank you. I said, not many times do I, have a disagreement with somebody, especially here. And he knows I was referencing the karma. Can I have a disagreement with somebody and actually be able to communicate it, be able to talk it out the way that we do? A lot of times here, if there's a disagreement, it turns into a blow up fight. And he knows that. And I told him, I said, I wanted to thank you for that. I said, it meant a lot to me. I said, and it's one of the reasons, why I love you, why I respect you, because you come at it from a diplomatic, perspective. When there's a disagreement like that, yeah, emotions do come into play at times. Like he told me it scares him because I'm at, and he made the comment. He said, imagine, one of your children bringing it home to your family members, and that family member dies. And yes, I understand that because with the new baby coming in, it scares me that he could get it. And I understand his perspective on it, Gemini. I see both sides of a situation because I would feel horrible, and that's part of the reason why I don't go around her very much. I would feel horrible if I had been exposed to it unknowingly, and then go visit my mama and she ends up getting it and she ends up dying. I would feel absolutely horrible. So I do understand that aspect, and it all came from the fact that I was complaining about having to wear a mask outside during football games, which I'm usually not even around the players and everything. But it's so hot right now having to wear a mask, and I was complaining about it, and we got to talking about it. And him being, diplomatic about it, and not, if I was to have a discussion like that with a karmic, he would start bitching and griping, well, you're just fucking stupid, or I forget, I don't know anything, I don't know what I'm talking about, type things, is exactly how that conversation would have went with the karmic. But with my twin, he is very, okay, level-headed, diplomatic. He's a Libra, balance, exactly. Um, and it was one, and I told him, I said, it's and just another reason why I love you. You know, you didn't turn this into some big dramatic thing. You know, you disagreed. You let me know you disagreed, and then you explained to me why, and we talked it out. And that's what more people need, to be able to, see both sides of something and realize that just because you don't agree with something somebody is doing doesn't mean that they're wrong or that you're wrong. Um, so oh, that was Lexi that just messaged me. But yeah, it is very refreshing to be able to talk to someone and not have it turn into a full blown argument. Okay, I kind of got. I am so bad about getting off track, and that's part of the reason um, I do this live, because if I try to record it on my phone and then upload it, it cuts off at 45 minutes. And I did a reading one day, and um, Lexi's in there. I have updates for you too. Um, but so I do it live, whether somebody's watching or not. But then it'll process and it'll be online. But for both twins from Spirit, we have embrace the energy of peace. Exactly what I was just talking about, how my twin and I can, peacefully discuss something when we don't agree with it. Okay. Yes, I will enjoy that sweet baby as soon as I can get a hold of him, Lex, if you happen to watch this. Okay. And then it says be brave and honest. And that is, honestly, I feel like that's it's calling for the twins to finally, you know, speak up, be honest about what they really want, what they expect from this connection, what they expect, in life from different people. Stop holding your voice back. Um, oh, what is the name of that song? It's a new Evanescence song. Use Your Voice is what comes to mind. I can't remember the words to it, but I remember whenever I first came across it, I was like, "This, yes, absolutely." So if you really need to listen to it. Um, and then we have Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. Um, and this is spiritual and physical. If there's something going on in your life, do not be so closed off. Well, I know what I need to do. I blah blah. Do not be so closed off that you will not accept help from somebody else. Outside perspectives can be an eye opener for you. Um, I have heard, and I'm freezing up now. What the crap? Yeah, you can get bent. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. It froze up for a second. How did I was trying to say that. Do not be afraid to accept outside help. I for so many years I just wanted to be blind to what the karmic was doing to me. I knew it in the back of my mind. I knew what he was doing, and I knew it was wrong. But I tried to ignore it until these other people, start saying, "Well, this is toxic." The exact words of my twin. That is very toxic. And the karmic's trying to say that these people got me believing all this stuff. No, it was always there in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to listen to it. Didn't trust myself enough to listen to it until other people started, speaking basically what I was already thinking. So do not close yourself off to listening to others, to, help from others in any aspect. You pray for help from spirit, and then when that help comes and you're pushing it away, no, no, no. The next time you ask for help, spirit's like, well, you said you wanted help last time, but you didn't accept it. So when you ask for the help, be open to receiving it from whatever source, wherever it comes from. Be open to that, and understand that you're worth the healing, you're worth the help that others want to give you. And then we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Por favor. Um, we've all been going through a lot. I mean, this whole year has been a shit show. Best way to describe it. Everything's been a shit show. This tough cycle is coming to an end. It's a full moon in Capricorn. So just patience, divine timing. You know what's coming. You know what you need to do. A blessing on your creativity is the Blessed Be card that comes out, and we're going to look at that one. Because something, it seems like there's something in that one. Soaks the fires of your creative soul to bring to birth the dreams that live and wait within you, a blessing to charge up your gifts so that they can be seen and shine within the world. And I had actually commented on a TikTok the other day about, I am awakened, but my gifts need to be strengthened better. So just be open to, you know, whatever means to help you boost your gifts, your creativity. It doesn't have to be your spiritual gifts. It can be, whatever you're good at, whatever you're passionate about. Um, because when you're doing things that you're passionate about, that's raising your vibration without really trying a whole lot. Um, Not to say you shouldn't put forth the effort in everything you do. It says creativity is a blessing given to us all. Yours is as natural to you as breathing. So, you ever heard the saying that when you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It comes natural to you. Um, so do the things you're passionate about, and then we have, I don't know why these got put out of order, but yeah, there was a reason. Do the things you're passionate about, and that abundance you're seeking will come to you. It says abundance. Enjoy the bounty of your life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. You know, abundance is already there. It's yours for the taking. You just have to open your arms and be ready to receive it. Um, and then we have, whoa, a headache and a really medicinal type. Oh, did they just give her more medicine? Okay. It says, speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Just speaking from your heart is the best thing you can do in any situation. Speaking from a place of love and light. It's not a guarantee that it's not going to hurt somebody's feelings, but you're going to do far more damage when you come from a place of ego, of, you know, I want what I want when I want it. Fuck what how you feel. Um, Always take other people's feelings into consideration, but do not let other people's feelings no. Do not let other people's feelings dictate what you do in your life. What part of no did you not understand? That pulled pork is back there. Daddy, the roast. Go. Stuff to cook for 12 hours last night. You're going to eat it. Yeah. The Kermit put a pork roast on a pellet smoker yesterday and cooked it. And boys don't want to eat it, but they're going to. Um, but yeah, speak from a place of love and let it be. You know, you can speak your heart, but you cannot make someone else understand where you're coming from on it. Uh, I don't really think there's any. Is there anything else? Love? No. I hope this helped, and I hope that I can, start coming back more often now that things have gone back to somewhat normal with the karmic being at work. Because I don't want to do these while he's home. He does not know about this channel. He does not know about the TikTok that goes with this channel, and I'd like to keep it that way. So I do not do these while he's home or while I'm with him. So I hope this helped. If it did, like, comment, share. Bradley Scout, get off the bed. Ahora. Or just flop down there at the foot of the bed. Stay right there. Don't jump up here. I hope this helped. If it did, like, comment, whatever you need to. Like I said, my TikTok, it's the Gemini twin. I no spaces and no special characters. It's straight alphabetic. TheGeminitwin. That's the TikTok that's associated with this. I do have another one that's a personal one, but I'm not putting that here just yet. But I hope y'all have a great night.